Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your MUT team. Enjoy the show. Today we are back, very excited about the grind I have been able to be on the last couple of days. Have went from 80,000 coins and quite a few things in my binder a couple of days ago to now working my way over 1 million coins. So very excited. We halfway timed that out to kind of bring you that crossing the barrier moment for the first time this year. This is launch day of Madden, so it is extremely exciting to already be here. We have been working through EA Access and also had the pre-order, so we have been going 3 days early. But besides that, I have spent no money on the game, so that is very, very exciting to not have to purchase $100 bundles to be able to succeed in the game. Really, with this nest egg that I already kind of have built, gonna do my best to at least keep half of it. Gonna do a little bit of a spending spree tomorrow, but going to be doing my best to continue to build it up and feel as if we've already started off strong and will continue to do so. But getting into something a little bit more tied to Madden and something that will affect the rest of you a little bit more, ratings, and all of those ratings that kind of differ more than they did last year. First thing that I did want to discuss about the players that are out this year and their ratings are the power up players. This is a great way to potentially make coins if you go up through the power up sets and potentially get the lucky one. Thankfully, that is a way that I was able to make quite a bit today. And last evening, I got Odell, Kyle Juszczyk, and Aaron Donald all out of these as well. It is not quite as clear of a power-up as it used to be, with them all being mostly 68s. This time around, everything is 12 lower than the elite card, so the 200 power-ups do match up with those elite players that have came out, and now the legends as well. One other note I did want to state before moving past power-ups is training was a great way to test out cards. It is now more or less currency this year that is used for more than just used to obtain cards, so it may be a little bit more difficult to try out cards in this way this year. The next thing I did want to discuss was the discrepancy with ratings this year. They are not doling out speed the same way that they have in the past, and in that same regard, they are not giving out catching, spectacular catch, short route running, those auxiliary stats in nearly the same way either. They are trying to make players stand out. So Marquise Brown gets his speed at 88, but all the rest of his stats, minus his athleticism, are all below that 70 range, so that is a little bit of a bad deal. But for Michael Thomas, a player that a lot of us will have the opportunity to get through the journey, he is someone who is a lot slower, but his route running gives them the ability to win in certain situations, and with some of those abilities, he might be able to do something that a Marquise Brown might not be able to ever do. Something else that comes along with their discrepancy in stats is their archetypes, and that is something that greatly affects the way that they are kind of perceived and their overall is kind of rated. Archetypes is something that came from franchise, or more or less came from franchise. They had it in it last year. Similar player archetypes and the way it does construe the game, but abilities are now given in franchise where they were not in MUT and prior. Something that comes along with those archetypes and the way that they did ratings this year, with the sliding scale, a player like Landon Collins is seen as elite by someone who would give him so much money in the offseason, potentially stupidly. Hopefully, it's a good decision in the long run. But it is a player that is perceived as a gold player, and him being 79 overall gives him a lot of room for growth. He's able to stand out with his hit power, and that is the reason that he's even 79 overall, because that is his archetype. Again, the names of each of those come along with different players, so you do not have them all figured out, but you can kind of figure those out by the way that they do look up in the corner. As you can see, it looks like he is kicking someone in the butt. That's maybe not the easiest thing to contrive. It looks like someone's kicking someone. And then Ken Houston, you can see that he's able to cover a lot of ground, so that fits in the way that he is kind of rated as well, and his overall compares to his stats. Someone that I did want to point out in Jalen Ramsey, as you can see, his speed is not where you think it should be, but that kind of helps him stand out from those other speedier players, and it gives him ability to not have them at 92 speed stock now and still give Jalen an 83 and still have that separation of speed to show that difference. But as you can see, his press and other abilities to kind of stuff the run, as we can see on the back of his card a little bit further down, have kind of came back to him, at least compared to other players. Definitely has ability to go out and play a little bit more like this type of card you probably would have thought of in the past. Took me a second to find the hit power, but I'm very excited about my choice in selecting Mont Blanc as well, because his speed does match up really well. He's someone I potentially stupidly powered up without getting his main card instead, but just had some extra at one point in time, so was able to do so. But as you can see, Jalen Ramsey's hit power is definitely elite compared to other cornerbacks, and he's someone that can definitely lay the wood and stands out in his own right, even though he doesn't have that speed. In the game, speed is still king, so there are still terrific speed options that you can go out and get. Thankfully, Darnell Savage, one of those rookie premieres that seemingly is a standout among his class, is one of those players hopefully you already have on your team but can go out and get. But a Troy Apke can come in and play tremendously if you don't want to go out and spend all of those coins, because your ability to cover the field still is a far greater attribute than pretty much everything else on the card, which is a little bit of a disappointment. Hopefully those superstar abilities will continue to develop more in MUT and give us opportunity to play with those a little bit more, but understandably so, those aren't fully flushed out, as we need room to grow with those, because if we had all of the superstar abilities day one, things would get stale rather quickly over a period of time. So hopefully those less mobile players, as I have been discussing for some time, will continue to be better, and Tom Brady will be a functional quarterback. Looking at one of the more disappointing rookie premieres, we did know a good deal about his stats and what his overall would be, but coming in at 5'11 and only being 79 speed, DeAndre Baker is definitely not one of those rookie premieres you'll be able to use right away. Thankfully, Josh Jacobs did come in and get a 77 overall card with those MUT superstars, so he did already get his upgrade. Hopefully something similar will be able to happen for DeAndre Baker. The next rookie premiere we'll be looking at is Nick Bosa. Him and Quinnen Williams both have a little bit of an issue of their block shed, power move, and finesse move all being terribly low. Not slow, but they are not overly fast either. So that is a little bit of a disappointment with those rookie premieres. I'm very excited about the upgrades that they will potentially get, but at this point they simply do not have the ones that you, or the stats that you really do need to be putting out on the field. And a man that did not get rookie premiere but potentially should have, Josh Allen. He is a little bit more of a beast than those other players, but still not worth the price tag. So it would be nice to potentially fill out those set with those rookies if you do have them, but Definitely is not the best price option, as this player will continue to decrease in value as better players do come out, and better players are coming out tomorrow. We will be going over that a little bit, but just so you do know, Reggie White and Jerry Rice will be on their way as the legends to kick things off. We will have 6 solos to be playing then. But that kind of wraps things up. Did want to just bring you a few players that I had not quite discussed yet and talk a little bit more about ratings. And if you see your favorite player with a little bit lower rating than you kind of were expecting, or kind of are looking through players and are wondering why you can't get any to 90 speed, that is the reason why. But I am very excited about the coin stack again one more time. Just been a wonderful grind. Happy to be able to share that all with you. Going to be discussing things that do affect players further with abilities and red chems coming up in the near future. Very excited about that. The ability to be a little bit better than their ratings kind of has been shown with Mahomes and Ertz. Those players really are able to do something that is a little bit more, and could be something that their speed doesn't necessarily set them back, even though Mahomes is quite athletic for his position as well. Very excited again about this grind, and that you all were able to tune in today. It will be a wonderful grind with you all this year, and again, you can do this, no money spent. You just have to make sure you do understand the game, and I will continue to do my best to help you with the tricks that have kind of helped me out as well. I wish you all the best, and take care. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage, and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.